Alright, we got a rant incoming, so buckle up. Apologies right off the bat, my microphone crapped out on me, so this video is not going to have the best sound quality, and I apologize. So I've snarkily commented on this once before. Just find a street corner, put on a sign, and hand out those freebies to anyone who passes by. Just kidding. What you really want to do is go on social media and give out those freebies to all your millions of followers. This, of course, presupposes you have a following, which, if you're watching this video, you probably don't. But I'd like to talk seriously about this recommendation that's given to so many writers, and here it is, said plainly and not buried under 18 layers of snark. They say that if you want to gain a following as a writer in our current year, you should start a newsletter. I have problems with this. Logical problems. In Brandon Sanderson's most recent live lecture, he made the same recommendation, and I left a comment on the video asking what I thought was a very simple question. Mailing lists are supposed to be the thing authors need to gain a following, but who's going to sign up for your mailing list if you don't already have a following? No, I did not think for 1 second that Brando Sando the Mando himself would hear my plea and personally supply an answer, but I was hopeful that I would get an answer from somebody about this. But I was once again disappointed. The one reply I did get was basically the same reply all writers get when they ask this question. Write something in your style and offer it as a freebie for newsletter signups. Then, if they like the freebie, they're going to be more confident trying your books. Ah, yes, the mysterious and elusive they. I've always wondered, who is they? Where does they congregate? To whom are you offering the aforementioned freebies? Your pre-established following, perchance? If so, this whole mailing list tip is kind of bullshit, because the whole point is building a following that you don't already have. The reply went on to claim that their subscriber count doubled because of these freebies. Okay, congrats. So last week your mom was your only subscriber, but this week you got your brother and that chick from your yoga class to give you a pity subscribe too? And I promise I'm not just trying to pick on this one YouTube commenter who was really only trying to help. The online advice I've found from all kinds of reputable sources is just as vague and also invokes the all-powerful they. And apparently they will clamor to sign up for my newsletter the moment I set up on MailChimp or whatever. Yeah, it might have worked for Kevin Costner, but for those of us trying to build an online presence, it just doesn't apply. Go ahead, create a newsletter. Right now. Go for it. Have they subscribed yet? Are you a famous author now? Of course, I will be told how very silly I am, because of course these subscribers all come from social media. All your millions of followers are gonna flock right over to your newsletter so they can read about you waffling on about the weather and how crap your book is selling. Okay folks, do me a favor, go ahead and take a gander at my subscriber count. Right, my point exactly. So what about those of us who can't get a following? If we can't get people to follow our social media, how are we going to get people to find out about our mailing list so they can sign up for it? Ask this question though, and the only reply you ever get is about what to put in a newsletter, but no, that is not the question. I could write the most banging newsletter of all time, but then what? How will people discover that it exists? The answer, once again, is circular. Just put it on social media for all your millions of followers.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
If you've already got a following, just direct them to your books and cut out the middleman. That's the whole point behind all this nonsense, isn't it? You know, to sell books? Or is the whole point to have a big social media following and a newsletter? Considering some of the conversations I've had, or arguments really, with other authors, I do honestly wonder if this is the case. Alright, let's set all this stuff about followers aside, because it's a big old circular argument that's not going to go anywhere anyways. Here's another question I have about this topic. Who the hell reads newsletters anyway? I sure don't. I mean, yeah, I signed up for like a dozen of them to up my chances in this book giveaway once, but I never read a single one. And the moment the contest was over and I didn't win anything, I unsubscribed. from all of them. Maybe that makes me a jerk, but I do not have time to read a zillion newsletters every week or even once a month. Who does? I do not have the time to read a whole spiel about the weather and how crap those authors' books are selling. Author newsletters are basically the equivalent of those flyers politicians spam us with every election cycle that I don't even look at. They go right from my mailbox into the burn pile for my fire pit. So actually, I guess those do have some use to me as kindling. Unlike author newsletters, I hate them, I hate getting them, and that hatred would probably bleed into any that I wrote for myself. Which I wouldn't, because I don't have a following and therefore nobody to read them. Anyway, sorry for that rant, I just had to get it all off my chest, so thank you for listening to this writer's opinion. What about you guys? Do you actually subscribe to author newsletters and like read them? And also to all of you fellow writers out there who may be listening, can you finally solve this author newsletter thing for me in a way that makes logical sense? If so, drop your comments down below. Like and subscribe for more content like this in the future, and I'll see you in the next video. I promise it will be less ranty. Maybe.